Good morning, Hope City preschoolers. It's Sammy, and I'm here with you again this week to do your craft. So I'm going to open up my craft bag. We went through this last week, and so this week what we're going to need is we're going to need 2 of these pipe cleaners. Mine are purple, yours may be a different color. And we're going to pull out this little plastic baggie with the cereal in it. I believe these are Cheerios, and we're going to use these for today's craft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bowl or dish to put these into, just to make things easier for me. And then I'm also going to pull out my piece of yarn. So I will be right back with the bowl. So I've gotten a bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my bag, and maybe whoever's helping you with this can help. I'm just going to pour it in, and see, I've poured a couple of googly eyes, these little guys, in my bowl, but I don't need those, and I don't need this little picture either, so I'm going to leave those. I'm going to put them back into the bag, and I have one piece of cereal hiding in there. I'm going to take that out and put it there. I'm going to seal up my little bag and put it back into my red bag, and I'll put that aside for the next time we get together for our next craft. In our Bible lesson, we learned that God cares about everyone and everything He made, including the birds. God sees each little birdie and makes sure it has food to eat and a nest to sleep in. God cares about our details, which means God cares about everything, all the little things. All the things that we don't even think about, God really cares. Let's make these heart-shaped bird feeders. We're going to make heart-shaped bird feeders, and it's going to help us remember today's Bible story. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our pipe cleaners, and I'm going to start beading or threading these little Cheerios onto it. And what these are going to do, these are not to eat. I know sometimes we eat these as snacks. These are going to be little treats for our bird friends outside. So why don't you join me? You can pick up your pipe cleaner, and we're just going to keep stringing these. You can leave a little space at the end because we're going to need to attach this end to this end. So if you want, you can just bend it so that they don't fall off. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to string these through. While you're doing that, you can think about the most interesting bird that you've ever seen. And for me, I think that would be a peacock. How many of you know what a peacock is? And I think peacocks are really interesting, first of all, because the male, the boy peacocks, have these amazing tail feathers that are so colorful and so beautiful. I don't know if you've seen a peacock feather before or not, but you can ask maybe your parents or whoever is helping you maybe to show you a picture sometime. But they're just beautifully colored, and the reason that the boys have these and the girls don't is because the boys use them to attract the girls. So I've always thought that that's really interesting, and I also just love how beautiful the colors are on their feathers. And while you're doing this, maybe you're enjoying a snack. I don't actually have a snack, I just finished my lunch, so I'm not hungry right now, but we're just going to keep stringing these along. Oh, this one got stuck together. There we go. Alright. How many of you like Cheerios for a snack? I really like them. I'd say my favorite is Honey Nut Cheerios. I think these might actually be Honey Nut Cheerios. I actually haven't tried one of these, so I'm not sure. So I'm getting closer and closer to the end. You take your time. The nice thing here is, because all the Cheerios are the same, you don't really have to take your time to pick through which bead you want. Because I know sometimes if I have lots of options and lots of different colors and shapes, then sometimes it takes me a bit longer because I want to think about which bead I want to put on next. But here they're all the same, and no matter what order you put them in, the birds will be really grateful to have a yummy snack. So I'm trying to think of some other cool birds. How many of you know what an ostrich is? An ostrich is an interesting bird because it doesn't actually fly. It's really big though. Alright. There we go. So you'll see that I have all my Cheerios on my pipe cleaner, and I have a little bit at each end. So what I can do now is I can take it and I can cross it, and you may want to get a little bit of help with this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold it over. I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm just going to keep wrapping each end around so that there's no sharp ends. And then what's it's going to do is it's going to make a shape. Does anybody know what shape this is? This here is a circle, and then if I pull it and make it longer, do you know what that is? It's an oval. But what we want to do to remind us of God's love, does anybody know what shape we usually use when we're thinking about love? A heart. So what we can do is I'm just going to spread out my cereal over these little ends a little bit, and what I can do is, because the pipe cleaner is bendy, I can make a point and I can bend the top in like this, and now I have a heart-shaped bird feeder. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my piece of yarn. You might need help with this. I'm going to open it up. And if you want to make more than one, because we have lots more Cheerios and we have more pipe cleaners, then what you can do is you can take this piece of yarn and you can cut it in half with a pair of scissors. So I'll just show you that. I'm just going to go get a pair of scissors. So now that I have a pair of scissors, I'm going to just take my piece of yarn, just going to cut it in two, so maybe later when I have a bit more time I can make another bird feeder so that more birds can enjoy a snack. Now I'm going to take my piece of yarn and I'm going to put it through my heart. So you see, it's just sitting on there, and this you might need some help with, so whoever is helping you can help you do this. And I'm going to tie a knot, which means I'm going to make a loop and I'm going to go over the string and I'm going to pull both those ends, little tails through. I'm going to pull it, and now I have a little bird feeder that I can hang up somewhere, maybe on a tree in your yard. I'm sure your parents or whoever's helping you can help you find a really good place, and we can hang it up, and then we can see if the birds come and eat our little treats. God sees every bird in the world, and He cares about each one of them because God cares about our details. Even though God cares about the birds, the Bible says God cares about us way, way more. People are God's most special creation, and He cares for every person on earth. God cares that each of us is healthy, has food to eat, and a place to live, and has good friends. God cares about our details, my details and yours. All right, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.